Thank you, Samuele. Just to start and to wait maybe for people that are a little late, I will just share my table again with a little question for you that could be just a quick start. And the question that you can answer on chat is just about what was the best learning experience of your life. So the best one you ever had. And please write me on chat what made it the best experience you ever had. So half of a song for you. In the meantime, take your time also to read the answers of your colleagues or of your friends. And if you want to interact with them, just put a little emoji on the answers that you like or just reply on them. So use the chat in the way that you prefer. It is yours, so it is free to open a conversation on that. And it can be our quick writing way to start this hour together. So you can continue writing on the chat also while I'm talking. So please feel free to continue writing, answering, interacting, putting emojis or whatever reactions or whatever you want on your friends' writings. And this will be our starting for today. So today we will talk about how to create a learning experience that in a sort of way stick to our mind and also to our body. So how to create something that can be memorable, something that you can remember for all your life, or maybe something that can be that can make you wonder for all the nights that you will have after that kind of learning experience. But moving on that, I would also like to propose you some kind of little exercises like this one that we did to start this session. And the second exercise that I propose to you, and the second way to talk about your favorite, your best, your higher learning experience you ever had, start with another kind of media that is a book that I love. This book is a book that I took at a museum when I went visiting Okusai's views of the mountain Fuji. And I loved this kind of exhibition, so I took the book about Okusai's works. So every painting I have in this wonderful book is an Okusai view of the mountain, of the Mount Fuji. Okay, though this is one of the most famous ones, so maybe you know this kind of painting. What I propose to you is another kind of strange, maybe a little stupid, but not really exercise. And this, I will just, this one can be something that we can stop in. And the question for you is, why this painting is talking about you and the way you learn? So why? So imagine that this painting is not about the Mount Fuji, but is about you. And the question for you is why this painting is talking about you? Why Okusai did this painting of you? Who is your person in this painting? So maybe you can be the mountain, maybe you can be the sea, maybe you can be this little guy or girl, maybe you can be, I don't know, the background. And the question for you, I will write it, is why this painting talks about you. You can write on the chat, but if you want, you can also open your microphone. I will be really happy to listen about you. So why this painting is made, why you are the subject of that painting. In the topic, this talks about the way you learn.
You hear me?
Yes, now I
okay.
can.
So I would like to be the person on the boat.
Yeah.
Because what it remembers me or reminds me is I enjoy like the trip that rowing the boat to achieve what I want to learn. So this is what I would like to be the person rowing.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you. Who wants to be next? I can also change the picture if you want. But if you want to say something, this is your last time to do that. Okay, I change the picture. I just choose another one. Oh, this. Why this picture is about you and why this picture is about the way you learn. So this is exactly you. Oh, I'm also reading on the chat. You're writing a lot of things. Thank you for that. So who wants to open the microphone?
I'm happy to share.
Yeah.
I look at this and I see a lot of people involved, and I think like this speaks to me in sort of social learning and learning through experience and learning with other people. And everyone has a different role, but it all works together in order to achieve something. And that's kind of the way I like to learn as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Your name is Amelia. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Who wants to be next? I can also change the picture with the last one.
I want to talk
Yeah.
next. I think I'm the person in the boat, and at the same time, I'm one of the people in the water. Um, I'm the person in the boat because I sometimes prefer to stay a little bit further and inspect what's happening and maybe think about what I can do about my learning and my becoming in general. And I think that the next step is I'm one of the people in the water because once I get the courage, I'm not afraid to get into muddy waters and just like progress, even though it's harder because there's a lot of mud, and just like work towards my goal. Like the people carrying, I think it's rice maybe
Maybe
on their.
it is whatever happens in your life when we did it, when they did the picture. So it is you. So
Yeah.
thank you, Amalia. Who wants to be next? I changed the picture with the last one. Maybe this one. Oh. Why this picture is about you? Why they did that painting, deciding to describe the way you learn?
May I go next? Hi. So what I see there is I see the material as the different knowledge and the skills, and I I see myself using those to build something that can then be useful, not just for me, but for the others as well.
Thank you, Martina. Thank you a lot. So whenever you wanted to do again that exercise, you can just find pictures. Or I took that book just because I loved the exhibition about Okusai's paintings, but maybe you have another favorite painter or photographer or designer or whatever you want. And if you wanted to do that, again, this kind of exercise, just grab some pictures online, or just take a book that you have at home, or in a library, and try to do the same kind of exercise. Why? This book is talking about me. Why this picture talks about me. You can also try to do that with AI. I don't know if you like this kind of feeling. This is not the feeling that I prefer. So I prefer to use something that has been created just by human. I don't know why, but I feel a strong connection with the painter in that way. But if you prefer, you can also use AI-generated pictures to do this kind of exercise. So thank you for sharing with me your thoughts, and thank you for starting with me this session. Today's lecture, today's our power hour together, is just about what could be the best ideas for creating a safe learning environment. And I'm quite sure you have several ideas on how to create a safe learning environment. So the idea and what I see in this kind of sentence is that we need ideas. We need a way to create it. We need something that make us feel safe. We need to learn, and the environment is important. To think about. And today we will spend a little time on trying to together to have new ideas, or maybe to repeat or rediscover ideas that we still have, to decide to get together how to create, okay, a learning environment, how to make it safe, how to allow people learn, and how to create something that is in fact an environment. Or I love also to use the word class. So maybe something that is a group of people learning together and deciding together in a deliberate way to stay together for learning. And we will do that. As you can see, and as you're involved since the beginning of this lecture, we will do that with an interactive lecture. So I will ask you to do some kind of stuff. I will ask you to speak if you want together. I will ask you to just move your hands and write and do stuff. So if you want, and if you have it where you are, I suggest you to grab together some sheets of paper, white or colored is the same. So maybe you have a printer near you. Maybe you have a book that you are not reading anymore and you can just use the last pages that are white. Maybe you have, I don't know, the paper that is around your cheese that you took at the supermarket. So find where you are at office or at home some pieces of paper if you have them. Sticky notes are still okay. So, but if you have bigger one, so it is better, okay? Find some pen, something to write on them. And if you have, find some few colored markers. So if you have also colors, this will be more powerful to you to create together something that can talk about the way we learn and the way we create safe learning environments. So I will give you a little time to run, to grab them, to gather them around you. Okay, so I will just continue talking just to allow you to grab what you need. And when you are ready, when you have a piece of paper, when you have a pen, and when you have some colored markers, or if you have at least all of them, if you are just and only digital, just open a Miro board or open a Word document. That's okay. So just find a way that you can use to take some little notes, okay? And whenever you are ready, I propose you to draw a grid like this one. So you can draw it, but the best way that you have to realize this kind of grid is just folding your paper like it was a tacos, okay? Or if you are Italian, a piadina, okay? So the first folding of the paper is using it as it was a tacos. And the second folding is folding the paper as it was an hamburger. So the bread is over, the bread is in the bottom, okay? And in the middle, you have the vegetables or the meat or whatever you like in your sandwich. So to create this kind of grid, you can draw it. Or if you prefer, you can just fold your paper, okay? Like it was a tacos, and after, like it is an hamburger or a sandwich. And in that way, you will have a paper folded in 6 parts. That's okay? Amalia, I see you doing so. Just give me the thumbs up or down if you're ready. Good. I like it. Thank you a lot. So the first idea that I propose you to create this kind of safe environment where people can learn for real and where people can, in a sort of way, discover what we wanted to share and stay together. The first thing that I propose to you, and that you can also draw and write in the first cell, in the first square of your folded paper, is the one that is called, but it is something that you know for sure, it is the right to pass. What is the meaning of the right to pass? This means that you can do an activity if you want, like when you're just playing in a game. So you can decide, oh, this is something that I want to do, or this is something that I totally don't like, dislike, I don't want to participate. And this is also that is available also for today. So for every kind of working activity that I propose you during this hour, you can decide if you want to be involved or just if you want to have the right to pass. You can also draw a little something that tells you that you have the right to pass. So as an example, my favorite way to remember to me that I have the right to pass is just drawing something that could be a theater ticket. And I just say that, oh, but I can pass. So this is telling me that I have a ticket for a show, but I can also decide not to go because I prefer just to have a walk around. So just write right to pass on the first cell, on the first step of our folded paper, and draw something that tells you that you will always have the right to pass. The second suggestion that I give you is that you will have the chance and just creating a safe environment where people can learn. The idea is that you can take care. This is really simple to talk about. So why? You are taking care about yourself. You are taking care about other people with you. You are taking care about the environment you are in. You are taking care about the materials. You are taking care about the connection, the setting. Whatever is important to stay together and to learn together must be taken into account, and is everybody has the chance to take care about it. And taking care about the people, the environment, the learners, the teacher, whatever is around you in that moment will be really important and the key to be able to learn together and to stay together in a safe way. So taking care can be just written, or you can also draw something that tells you about taking care. I don't know. Choose whatever you want. Maybe I'm thinking about taking care could be just a heart with something like, I don't know, maybe 2 hands. This could be done just there like that. Taking care about it. Oh. But if you are better than me drawing, please feel free to do something that talks better than my drawing about taking care about others, people, and people around you. Oh, okay. Also on chat, people are writing that hands and heart are something that they are talking about. But whatever you decide to do is okay. The third thing that I suggest you, when we find a way to create a safe way to stay together and to learn together, is just about remembering that movement is important. So moving is something that is a key to be able to stay together and to learn together. So draw something that can talks you, that can recall you about the movement. I don't know, somebody dancing or somebody clapping his or her hands. So as an example, I have a sticker here just in front of me, about two hands that are clapping, and I will just put them. So they remember me that dancing and clapping my hands can be a good way to learn and to stay together, but feel free to draw whatever talks about movement in your idea. Oh, I have another, I am surrounded by stickers. I have another one that is just a musical note. So maybe also this also remembered me about dancing, but feel free to do whatever you want. And just to try it, if you want, so you have the right to pass, but you can also take care about yourself. My suggestion is that if you want, you can stand up now and just do some little movement with me. So you can decide if you want to switch on or off your camera. But what you can do is just, oh my God, this was really interesting. I was sitting since this morning. I'm discovering, wow, yeah, this can be a good movement for today. So you can stretch a little bit your body, but the point is, try to discover what changes if you stretch your body. In mine is that, oh my, this is wonderful. This is a wonderful feeling. Oh, my back. I have still a back. Oh, wow. Good. So decide if you want to do that with me and if you want to move, okay? The exercises that I usually do in that way are just stretching or asking people to copy other people. Another exercise that I propose you today, we don't have the time for that because it takes a little time, is asking people just to take a pen or a pencil and to draw the other people on their screen. Okay, not for true, but just moving my pencil, I just go around my shape, or I just go around the shape of Samuele, Amalia, or Monica, and just I draw her shape or her eyes and nose and eyes and ears and so on. So you can find a little way to move sometimes, and just to remember that sitting is not the only way to learn. But yeah, of course, it's something that you learn. It is really simple to remember, but it is difficult to apply because usually when we are together learning, we are supposed to sit down and to stay just in silence without moving. The fourth suggestion that I give you is that learning works better when it is linked. Find your way to draw something that talks about linked. Okay. Oh, I did it in blue. It's not LinkedIn. Okay, but talk about what is the meaning of linked. Linked, oh, I could do something like that, maybe. So a little chain. So linked means that you can learn in a better way if what we are discussing, what we are telling each other, what we are discovering together is in a sort of way linked to what I still know. It is linked to my life. It is linked to what I want to do. So I'm telling you something that is really, really simple to remember, but it is difficult to apply. Every time we do something together, it should be linked to our life. And that's why I started today talking about your best learning experience, and also trying to find a way to be linked with Okuzai's paintings. So find a way to have your brain linked to something that matters to you. So linked means that. And also, of course, if you are a learning designer, linked means also that every lesson you're providing, everything you're designing for people should be linked together. So if you are just preparing an entire month of lectures, the lectures should be linked together, and people to them. So linked means that. We are going to our two last tips and tricks, okay, to create a safe, this was the title, to create a safe learning environment. Okay, so ideas to do that. The fifth idea that I propose you is remember yourself and tell other people to breathe. Breathing is important. Nobody can live without breathing. So since we are not fishes, and since we need to breathe to feel alive and to stay alive, and also to give to our brain a lot of oxygen, breathing is important. This talks about the environment. So an environment where people are free to breathe is better than one that is closed. This talks about the quality of the environment you are in. And this also talks about the speed that you are putting into your learning session. So there are moments where you want to go very, very slow to give people the chance to breathe. And there are moments where you prefer just to go to speed up, because you prefer to increase the speed of what you're doing. So breathing is like when you are running or just walking around in a park or in your city. And sometimes you prefer to run, but after that you need to breathe. Just in the same way you are just catching a train that is going, and you did a long run to be sure to catch it. But after that, you need your time to breathe. So I don't know how we could draw a breathing situation. This could be just, I don't know. Yeah, I like this idea that came up in my mind. This could be a balloon. So this remembers me that breathing is something that takes time, and that you have to breathe and also allow your air to go out. I could ask you to do a breathing exercise, and if you want, feel free to do that now. So maybe you're not breathing since this morning, so just since we have this kind of 1 hour together, take this time to breathe a little bit. So nobody's watching you, nobody knows what you're doing, so just take a big, deep breath, and maybe you will enjoy it. So remember to do that. And the last stuff that I propose you to create something that is safe and that helps people learning is just to lower the risk. And maybe this is the, I don't know, this is the less clear. We have to decide together, what is a risk? What is risky when you are learning? What are the risks of the people that are learning with you? What are the risks of your colleagues when you are learning together? And if you will be able to discover which ones are the risks, you will be able to find your way to, in a sort of way, decrease them. Okay. Some people talks about psychological safety and finding a way to feel psychologically safe and staying together in a way that lower the risk. So I don't know, maybe I don't know in which way we could draw the lowering the risk. Since I'm an engineer, I will just draw it in that way. So this is the risk indicator, and this is low, and this is high. Okay, I know, I'm an engineer, so that's the way my brain thinks about it. So this is the medium part, and I can draw in green the lower one, and in red the higher. So lowering the risk is maybe the way that you can use to create a safe environment to stay together and to learn together. Okay. I would like to propose you, if Samuele is ready and can create for us some little breakout room, but remember, you have the right to pass. You have to take care about yourself and other people. Feel free to move in the meantime if you want, and find a way to discuss about something that is linked to what you know and to your real life experience. Okay, take your time to breathe. So maybe the breakout will be your right time to breathe and to lower your rhythm, or maybe the feeling of the breakout will increase your breathing because you don't like this kind of feeling. And find a way to allow yourself to lower the risk and also other people. But what I would like to propose to you is a non-mandatory breakout room. So if Samuel, if you are able to create them in a way that people can just decide if they want to jump in or not. And my question for you in something like 3 or 4 minutes, okay? So in a sort of way, 3 minutes and a half, 4 minutes. The question for you is just talk about how to lower the risk. So my question for you is, having the chance in 2 or 3 people or whatever is the number of people jumping into the breakout, just choose one word, a little word to talk about how to lower the risk. So which is your way that you use to lower the risk? So just find 1 word or 2 words just to be quick, but to suggest to the other people what you are thinking about. Okay? So the point, the question for the breakout is how to lower the risk learning together. Samuele, open them. If you don't want to jump in and if you want to use your right to pass, you can just stay here in the main room. I will play a couple of songs and after them, people will come back. Welcome back. So, how was the breakout? Did you enjoy it? People here in the main room just listening to some little music. Maybe somebody take the chance to dance a little bit. I don't know what happened, but this is what we did. I hope you enjoyed your little discussion together. So today we are just compressing the timing because we have just 1 hour. But what I want to show you are just little exercises and ways to improve and to think about the way you are learning together and the way you just design and prepare for something that sticks on your brain and on your body. But I just want to come back to the topic. This wasn't the topic of today. Oh, so today I wasn't supposed to talk about it because today was about just finding 6 brain rules that helps people learning together and 6 little tricks that can help us on learning together. What I decided to do was just doing a very, very short, it was just 15 minutes short lecture just to show you how to use little tricks without telling people you're using them. So in a sort of way, what you discovered just with your experience was that you can create a very, very short lecture and you can talk about a topic using several techniques without telling people you're using them, or if you want, just letting them discover what you're doing. And what I want to do with you now in the last 15 minutes we have is just opening in a sort of way the door and letting you see what I did when I just designed this session we had today. The idea and the real topic for today comes from that book. That book is a book written by Sharon Bowman, that is an expert on training, and she is an American expert on how to help people learn together and stay together in a fun way to learn a lot. And she studied that for an entire life. And what you can find into this small book is not really big, so you can also read it in a very, very short time, is about how to translate brain science principles that are something that are difficult to understand in a very, very familiar and simple way, and how to use them to learn together. So what I propose you now, since you are just following me and this time for real, I propose you to draw in another sheet of paper or on the back of the one that you had before, a sticky figure. So just draw a figure in a way that you prefer. Okay, so I will do that with you. Okay, you can also give him or her the name that you prefer. So maybe if you want, you can put a little balloon telling I am, and choose the name that you prefer for that figure. The first thing that I want to discuss with you is that as important and famous how to say, a guy that studied a lot about how informal learning is done. So how people learn, not just sitting in a school or in a classroom, but how we learn during our entire life. What he discovered is that people learn a lot during their normal daily life, just interacting and chatting and discussing and talking with other people. So the first thing that we can say about our brain is built and our brain sees the world around him is that talking works a lot. So usually a good way to learn is giving to the people the chance to talk. And this is really interesting because sometimes this is something that doesn't happen. I don't know. Think about your experience in schools or think about your experience at work. Talking is one of the best ways we have to learn. But what happens usually is that the only one that talks is the teacher or are the people that talk in a conference and you are just listening. But having the chance to talk, and that's why I provided to you a quick way to have a breakout room just as an example, but consider that if you have a longer time, you can also decide to spend more time talking together and interacting, is that talking works. So my suggestion is, in your little sticky figure, just draw a mouth, okay, a pair of lips or a tongue to give your sticky figure the chance to talk. So since I'm just surrounded by a lot of stickers and I love them, I will just put it on my sticky figure. So find a way to give to your sticky figure the chance to talk. So draw a mouth on it. The second suggestion that I give you is this one. Several studies, we still discussed about it. We had the chance to move a little bit during my example lecture, okay? Physics tells us that moving causes more oxygen to flow to our brain. So if we stop moving, we stop living. So we must move to be alive. And the best way that we have to provide to our brain that is really important to learn and to provide to our brain oxygen is moving. So giving to the people the chance to move a lot can be a good chance. Of course, we are used not considering that moving is important, because when we were child, as an example, they told us that we should just sit down because moving could be a source of distraction for us. So yes, of course, when we were child, we were also supposed to sit and to be able to sit and to listen. But as adults, we should move to be able to learn. That's why your colleagues, maybe sometimes when we are just having an important phone call, they move around in the office. That's why sometimes you need to go out and to breathe a little bit. That's why you use the excuse, I have to go to the coffee machine, just to move a little bit. So provide to the people learning with you the chance to move. Little examples that I can tell you is just using the webcam if you are online to create a little games or exercises to ask people to move, or just tell them, instead of writing on your computer, as I did, grab a sheet of paper, go around your home, find a pencil. I need that you find something yellow, or please put a sheet of paper on your wall, and whenever there is an important word, stand up and write on it. So giving people the chance to move can be powerful and can be important when you design your learning experience. So movement is really important. And as we did before, I suggest you to find a way to allow your little sticky figure to move a little bit. What I took and what you can draw, but you can decide the way you prefer to allow him moving, maybe a skateboard, or I don't know, whatever he or she needs to move. I will just put maybe a pair of shoes for him, or just if you are still thinking about the summer, maybe this can be your favorite pair of shoes, or just for my friend Kami, these can be her favorite pair of shoes. So decide which ones you prefer for your sticky figures, but just give him a way, or her a way to move a little bit. So just draw on your sticky figure something that can provide movement to him or her. A skateboard is okay too. We are going further. The third suggestion that I give you is that writing is more powerful, is better than just listening. So asking people to write works a lot. That's why when we were child at school, our teachers told us to write a lot. This is important. It is important to take notes about what we are listening. And just listening isn't enough. So writing can be a powerful way to remember what happened, what we discussed together. And making our writing visible can be powerful. That's why maybe you usually prefer to open a Miro board, or just to use the sticky notes to take note about what you are discussing together. And as an instructional designer, as an instructional teacher, okay, you can also ask people sometimes to write. And this is what I did. So in my example lecture that I did before, I told you, please write on your sheet of paper, lowering the risk, or write breathing, write moving. So I told you, please write something. So you can ask people writing sometimes. Also, if you are discussing in the most important conference in your life, because if you want to be sure that people is able to understand what you are telling to them, writing is important. So you can ask people to write because you want that they could be able to remember what you just told them. So in our sticky figure, I don't have a sticker for that, but I can draw as you did. Maybe we could just put in one of her hands something that can allow her to write. You know, a pen or a pencil. Just to give her the chance to write. Or maybe, I'm surrounded by stickers. This can be also a powerful way to write. So maybe you prefer to use just a writing machine, or your computer can be your way to write. So I'm not telling you that you should just write using pen and pencils and so on. You can also write on your computer. That's okay, but writing is important. Taking notes of what happens is important. So just to tell you what happened and what we are discussing about. We are discussing about principles that helps people learning together. The first one that we told was about talking is better than just listening. The second one we told is that moving is better than just sitting. And the third one is just writing is better than just looking at something or just staying in a listening without having the chance to take notes. So taking notes is better than just remembering stuff. Okay? And we are at the middle of our discussion. So just going to the end. The other thing that I want to tell you is that, as you know, as people involved in communication knows, as people preparing TV shows knows, as everybody in advertising knows, images are more likely to be remembered than words. So every time you can use an image, this image is a wonderful and powerful way to allow people remembering what we are discussing about. So using images is something that is really powerful. Drawing, also if you are not good at drawing, I did an entire session today without being a good drawer, but that's okay, without being a good painter. But drawings are good. And if you wanted to believe me, and if you wanted to find a way to confirm that this is true, try to remember the pictures that I showed you when we started this session today. Try to remember the 3 pictures by Okuzai that you had the chance to see when we started today together. And maybe you are able to remember them. And remembering the pictures, maybe you are also able to remember what people told me about the pictures. So using something that you can see can be really powerful. Some people use, Lego and Lego Serious Play to build something together that can be visible. Some people use mind maps to create a way to make visible just the ideas that you have. Some people like to do the drawing recordings of their discussions and loves to do this kind of drawing notes. Okay, that's okay. You can also use AI. You can generate prompting an AI a way to remember the discussion. So you can put everything we discussed together. This power hour, you could create a prompt for the AI just to have an image telling you what happened today. And this can be a really powerful way to remember what happened. So never underestimate that the drawing is important. I'm telling you that, and that's why I love to use this kind of analogical way on talking and drawing, because sometimes when we just use a Word document, this can't be enough. Writing down our notes could be less successful than just discussing together with something that we can draw. So my suggestion is, every time you can have a color pencil with you and you can have a sheet of paper, try to draw what happened and what you are discovering. So images are powerful, okay? And just to remember that, and just to give our sticky figure the chance to have to see images, maybe we should provide him or her a pair of eyes, of course. And also, if you are just like me, that I'm an engineer, as I told you, enthusiastic, and you love technologies that can provide people a good way also to uh, create pictures, also if they are not able to do that, also you can provide him or her some technology. So I just took some little, also this one can be nice, some little cameras, or whatever is your idea about how to remember that images are important in learning. We are reaching the end. The fifth tip that I provide you, that I tell you, that comes from Sharon Bowman ideas on brain science, is about the idea that, I can just tell you, just to go quickly, is the idea that, and just to be shorter, the idea is that shorter is better than longer. So having shorter sessions can be more powerful than just having longer ones. I'm not telling you that everything should be short, because as you know, sometimes it takes time to learn. So the point is not shorter as an absolute way to tell, oh, 5 minutes is the maximum amount, or 10 minutes. Yes, you can find studies that says that people can be staying focused for no more than 15, 20, 30, 60 minutes. I don't know. The point is not about the amount of minutes, but the point is about every time you can find a way to shorten up your lecture, you should use it. So if you are able to shorten up, please do that. And just to remembering that shorter is better than longer, I propose you just to draw on your sticky figure, I don't know, a pair of shorts, or just a mini skirt, something that can be shorter and that can tell you that shorter is better than longer. So maybe my mini figure could have a pair of shorts. I build them with you. Yeah. Also with something colored on them. Good. So the fifth tip for you is that shorter is better than longer. Every time you can shorten up, please do that. And just to finish in time, the last suggestion that I have to you, and that can summarize whatever we did together, is that different is better than usual. So our brain loves to find differences, loves to find changes. We are built like that. So what is an information for our brain is just something that is continuously changing. We love to take care about something that changes, and this can be also a distraction. Maybe during this hour you took care about things that were not just me and what I was doing, but something that was around you, in your room, in your office, or at home where you are. But the main idea is that we love to notice changes. So if you find a way, when you just build up a lecture, to do the same lecture in different ways, this can be powerful. And just to finish, find your way to put something different in your sticky figure. I don't know. Just decide what, in your opinion, can be something completely different than the way you think or your usual behaviors. I don't know. Maybe a koala could be something really different, or maybe a lot of different cartoons, or maybe differences in musical tastes. or maybe, oh, still a koala. A koala is something that I like. Okay. So find your way to add to your little sticky figure something that can tell you that the differences are important, and taking care about them is really important. And just to finish, we are a little late, but we started 5 minutes late, so that's I try to do my best to finish in time, and I can stay there if you have any kind of question, and I can have the chance to talk with you, of course, for whatever the time we need. But just to close together and to have something that you can grab with you, I propose you in 1 minute. So I will give you freedom in 1 minute. I propose you to write down learning log of what happened today. So I can still open my camera as I did before. So you can write down, you can do that on a private page, a private sheet of paper, or if you want, you can just use the chat of our chat here in Zoom, and just to write down a little learning log about today. So, dear diary, today I discovered that, and just write a sentence or a couple of sentences that you can grab with you when we finish this session. So find your way to, in a sort of way, take a picture and write down and move a little bit and find something different, okay? To write down what happened today interesting and what you want to remember, what you want to stick on your body and brain about what we discussed today. I will just give you half of a song for that, and after that we say bye-bye to everybody.
Lá na terra não há flores, a beleza faz jejum. Não há dor nem há doença, a morte vem sem sentido algum. Há um Deus que é de todos, mas não chega a nenhum. Ai, 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 ai.
Another day, another way for me to open up to you. Hey, hey. Another day, another way for me to open up to you.
What to say? Thank you everybody for staying with me this hour. Thank you everybody for your joy, for your smiles. Thank you for everything you brought into our chat. Thank you for people that opened their microphones. I will just stay here a couple of minutes if you want just to open the microphone to ask me something, to discuss about something together. Also, if you disagree with me, and for everybody that have to run away for other meetings and other stuff of their life, thank you for spending this time with me today. It was really a joy to share with you something that I love. So thank you a lot, and thank you, Samuele, for hosting me.
Marco, is very inspiring presentation and reading very nice comments. There were just a question from Bethany. Maybe you can also unmute yourself because I see you're still here. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I wondered if you might mind be able to share some details on your setup, because I love how we could see your hands and your screen and the stickers and everything, and you're kind of streaming that, but I wouldn't know where to start with, like, what to use.
The setup is really simple. I'm just using my telephone.
Ah, okay.
I'm just using my telephone as a second camera,
Mhm.
and I'm using a little software to connect my telephone to my computer. But you can also on Zoom tell to Zoom use my telephone as my second camera, and that's all. This is really powerful. So I always just have a little brace. I don't know the name in English of that. A little stick. What's the name of this piece of?
Like is it like a support or a
Yeah,
support
support.
instructor,
I
something like that?
always
Yeah.
have a support in my with me wherever I go, because I like to have my hands free, and I like to share with the people what I'm writing and what I'm drawing, because I think that this can be powerful to explain my ideas. So my suggestion for you is just find this little trick that is using your telephone, and that works a lot without the need of expensive and strange stuff. So the support is $10, $15, and you can have it, and it works very, very well. So that's all. If you're curious about also
Thank
the
you.
microphone and so on, I can just, this can be another power hour, Samuele. So we can talk about how to transform learning sessions into radio sessions. That is something that I like to do. Yeah. So
Cool. Thank you.
thank you.
Is there by any chance any other question for Marco? Otherwise, I thank you all.
Yeah.
And yeah, see you next time then. Have a nice afternoon or morning, depending on where you are.
Bye,
And thank you for
everybody.
staying these extra minutes. Yeah, bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.